Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna build a mad scientist lab. Over here on screen you can see a selection of the minifigure from the collectible minifigure series 14, the monsters one. So you might recognize some of these that I already use in some of my builds. Over here you can see the gargoyle, for which I build one of my habitats. We can also find over here square foot. I didn't build an habitat for this one because it doesn't look so interesting for me as a minifigure, but I actually added it to my Dagobah medieval Jedi training that I recommend you to check out. And I also have a zombie pirate that I managed to add into a Halloween MOP, another pretty interesting build. But here I have a new one. This is the monster scientist, and today I'm gonna build a build for this one. I wanted to do an habitat, but I was low on ideas on what to fit in an habitat so small for this minifigure, so I decided to build something bigger. So let's move in on the side for a bit and let's start the building process. So here I have a base. This base is more or less a sort of 16 by 16 base, okay, with a cut corner over here and with a little bit of additional extra hanging out on the side. So over here I'm gonna build the scientist lab, and you can see already I've been adding a few details already. I added a few chains to give a little bit of details over there. Here we have a couple of spillover. Here we have a spillover of water. Here we have a spillover of some sort of greenish liquid. Later we're gonna have a bigger structure here, and you will see from where these are dropping down. And then I'm gonna add another spillover here on the right to make this scene very interesting. These are just some piping and some random additional details. You can already have an hint of the color scheme, light bluish gray. We have some yellow, and also later I'm gonna have some dark blue. So first, let's build up a little bit of the wall. Over here at the back, I'm gonna add this long wall over here, like this. This is mostly blank because it's gonna be covered, while here we have a bit of masonry and we have a ladder going up. I'm gonna add a little another wall on this side. I use this red panel because I was running out of pieces in this color, so I didn't have much choice. But before I attach this, I wanna put a few more details. So over here is where the scientist is gonna be. So I'm gonna add a little bit of a railing over here on top, so that he has a little bit of protection, and then we are going to add a little bit of screens and different sort of printed elements to create a sort of control panel for him. Over here I wanted to add a ladder, some stairs to go up, and this is the simple technique that I decided to use. So basically I build a lot of these stack of two that are going to connect on one side, and then I can just lie them slightly this way, with the bottom one a little bit bigger. This is gonna connect over here at this corner, so we are gonna have a sort of warp stairs going up, but I need to close that gap as well, and I decided to use these curved bricks. So this is gonna connect more or less here, and it's gonna go over there. There are still a few pieces of red that can be seen from certain angles, but I was really low on gray bricks. Also over there, as I said earlier, I wanted to add some spillover. So here I'm gonna attach this barrel, and I wanna make it look like this barrel is actually falling down and spilling some sort of blue liquid outside. So let's see if I can connect all the parts at the right spot. Okay, works quite well. The stairs are actually not connected at the bottom, only here on top, but then they sit on the bricks over there, on these sideways bricks, so I think it worked out pretty well. The only thing is that the red over there, as I said. Over here we can start to add our scientist, that is gonna be on top here, but we can also add a little bit of details, so we can put some sort of smoke coming up from here, and this will make it look a little bit more interesting. Now let's finish up the wall before we add all the extra details that I always put at the end of my builds. So one wall is going to be another very simple one over here. Actually, before we add that, maybe we should add this part of the build. So basically, here I create a structure that is going to be inclined on an angle and is going to go over there. And then I can put this side of the wall. Let's connect everything together nicely. Push it down, and that's it. Okay, before I add this wall, I need to add a couple of more details because otherwise I might be able not be able to reach there again. So over here we have some spider and this spider net. This is gonna connect over here to a clip, and then I have a little space in the wall there, a little gap that allow me to angle it over there and make it fit into the scene. Also here I want to create some water dripping down from this structure, so I decided to use this power blast thingy that is gonna connect that. We have an open stud over there, and then it will look like the water is dripping down and then flowing down this way. Now that these are added, I can put the rest of the build over here. So this is the other side wall with a few extra details. So as you can see here, we have some piping. This one is gonna connect over there to that wall. Push it down there. And this one instead is gonna attach at the back of this structure over here. And this one can stay there hanging, no need to be connected. Imagine that this is coming from the control panel, for example. So here we have all the walls already completed with a little bit of additional details, nothing special. But we can already see that the scene is coming together pretty nicely. Now, one more detail is going to be here at the back, so I'm going to add some more piping, and it's going to look like this piping is actually coming off this structure over here. And now here we are going to put a sort of creature that is actually this mad scientist is sort of creating. And this is the structure and the creature that I have. So actually you can see here the body is from another of those monster CMF 14 series, the one that come with this head, which is the plant monster, pretty cool minifigure, while actually the head that I used there is from a Green Goblin minifigure. Inside I added a little bit of loose plant pieces, so this is some sort of plant creature. I added an orange background at the back and some sort of water going down to sort of feed this angry creature with water. So this is gonna connect over here to these two plates. And also, before I attach it, you can see here at the bottom, I have a green bit coming down, and this will be the spillover going there. It's a slightly different color, but being a little bit there in the shadow is not gonna be seen very much. So now the only thing I need to do is to line it up. Remember, I have the structure at the back that allow me to angle this a little bit. This is gonna stay loose there. And now you can see this is built on an angle. I'm actually inspired by a concept art that I saw online. And we have some green stuff flowing this way. And we have the water spilling that way. Now, before we complete the scene, let's add some sort of weapon that this mad scientist might use. Some kind of, I don't know, X-ray or energy or whatever, I don't know how to call it, that from his control panel he might shoot over there to control this creature. This is actually pretty loose, but I think it's a good color combination with the gold and the dark blue. That is a color that we can see also throughout the build here at the bottom to give a little bit of different color, while the accent is mainly the yellow. Now let's give the last final touches to the build that is almost completed. So here I already added before some of these chains. We can add a little bit of yellow again with some sort of piece of machinery and tools scattered around this mad lab. One bag in green over here, just to give another different details. And then I need to complete these two spilling over effect. One is very simple, done with a dish with on top a one by one in dark blue. And here I use one of these that I'm not sure how they are called, but I think if I use it down on the floor in this way, it looks like this water that it was flowing down from that from this machine down on the floor, then can hit the stairs and flow down towards this way. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this build. The minifigure is pretty interesting, pretty nice. By the way, this is actually a normal head piece with a sort of secondary head part. So I think it's a pretty interesting minifigure. So the very nice minifigure. I'm not super happy with the central structure here and with the monster sort of things, but I worked out the pieces I had. And I'm very happy instead with the three flowing elements down at the bottom. I think they look really, really cool. Stay tuned for some more interesting build on the channel. And if you want to see more interesting build, I recommend you to check out my medieval Dagobah Jedi training build. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao!